Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh, I never know what to say in these. If this dog don't stop barking, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow's actually our last day of school, and as weird as this whole semester has been, I'm so happy that we finally are done, that we made it through. Today, I wanted to share with you guys the top 5 things that I wish I knew going in as a freshman, which I know a ton of people do these, and a lot of these things can get repetitive, but I've tried to pick out some of the ones that I think are I really need to emphasize. These are just the 5 things that I think would have really helped me as a freshman. These are just kind of the things that I've learned over the course of the year, going from being actually at college to doing college at home on Zoom University. Those are my toes. Hopefully this helps out any of the class of 24 coming in. If I have to do another semester of chem online, there's no telling what I'll do. But anyway, let's get on into the video. Side note, if you hear yelling, that's my brother downstairs. He's been playing Fortnite all day and Mans has been raging. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why he's raging, because he's not losing. Just throw that in there. So my first tip, which I think is one of the most important things I've learned, is learning to be okay being by yourself. I've always been someone, especially when I'm in a new situation, I always want someone that is familiar or someone that I'm comfortable with me, just in case I get really nervous, really awkward, because I tend to do that a lot. And I think that actually held me back a lot. There weren't always people who were available to come with me, and I think because of that, I missed out on a lot of different opportunities. And I know college is definitely a really hard transition. I had a hard time, especially my first semester. It can be really daunting to go into a new club by yourself, not know anyone. For me, my friends were my security blanket, you know? Their presence made me feel more confident, more comfortable, and I was able to feel like myself. Especially throughout first semester, I struggled a lot with just having confidence to go out and meet new people. I was scared a lot of the time. I didn't think I was good enough, where everyone's older than you and you just don't feel like you belong. I remember there was one time everyone was busy and somewhere on campus they were putting on a showing of Bombshell, which is that movie about the Fox scandal, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go by myself. It was one of the best things, just sitting there watching, enjoying the movie, being by myself. And now I'm not saying don't get too comfortable being by yourself and not actually talking to people, you know. I think definitely have a healthy balance of hanging out with people but also being by yourself and being okay with that. I will say though, if you are walking at night and it is dark as it is at night, I definitely like to always have someone on the phone at the least. Me and my roommate are pretty good about that. If you're walking home alone at night, I know that can definitely be scary, so I would suggest having someone on the phone, but that's just a little side tip or whatever. That's tip 1.5, you didn't really need to know that. For tip number 2, it's joining new clubs, going and trying new organizations, new events. Kind of goes along with the first one, but this one is definitely more of just getting out of your comfort zone, trying different things. The whole purpose of college is to explore different things, find what you like, find what you don't like, and just try everything. When I say try everything, some of y'all gonna take that the wrong way. Don't do that. You think you might be interested? Just go try it. What is the harm in going? I definitely say just go out, try something new. Before Corona happened, there was actually a food tasting club I was gonna try, because one of my friends told me about it and she was she loved it. And I was I freaking love food. Let me go try that. And it just never happened because we all got sent home 3 months early, but it's none of my business. Regardless, my point stands. Try new things. Don't be afraid of it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. Then you at least know. It's better to know that you don't like something than to go on through your life just never knowing if you would have liked it. I feel like a philosopher. It's really not that deep. I'm gonna move on. Tip number 3, have a freaking support system and make sure that shit is strong. I mean it. Make sure that support system can handle you when you're crying at 6 in the morning because you have 2 finals that day and you stayed up till 3 studying. I speak from experience. I remember my first semester, I spent all of Monday studying all the way up till 3 a.m. and then I woke up at 5 or 6 to get ready for my first final. And I remember sitting on the floor waiting for my roommate and I just started crying because I was so stressed out, and she just pushed over a box of tissues and she was like, "Are you okay?" The point of that is make sure your support system is so strong and make sure it's symbiotic, right? Is symbiotic the right term for this? Make make sure you can reciprocate that. Like if your friend is crying, make sure you can comfort them or help them whenever they need help too. It goes both ways. Like I don't think I would have made it through freshman year without some of the people who are like now my closest friends, you know? They were there for me, which like I can't say for a lot of people. That really made me treasure who helped me, and I'm so grateful for that. Like I do not think I would have made it out of freshman year without them. To go along off of that, tip 3.5, make sure you know where your campus health is. Because when I twisted my ankle, and like you're not gonna understand the correlation yet, but when I twisted my ankle, I had no idea where campus health was, and I couldn't walk. And so my friend, who is now one of my closest friends, she traded out her shoes for mine, which were like death wedges, this tall. She traded her shoes for mine. She helped me find campus health. And then my roommate came and took over and then stayed with me the entire time. And I'm pretty sure she had a test like the next day. Or was that me? Both of them did so much for me. They helped me the whole time, me being a cripple. And then like the weeks after when I couldn't walk, they were so helpful, making sure like if I needed ice or something, like my roommate would go and get that for me. There are no words to really repay both of their kindnesses. And if I didn't have that support system, I don't know where I would have been, like physically or mentally. On a more general note, I think when classes get tough, especially when finals roll around, that support system is really like it's dual function in a sense. Like they're gonna be there to support you and make sure you're like staying on your stuff, not procrastinating, but also they're gonna be there to gripe with you. They're gonna be there to bitch about classes with you. I feel like a support system is really, really important, to just have like someone there to help you, and like you should do the same for them. Isn't there like a law of reciprocity or something? Hold on. I can't believe this is like such nerd shit. Okay, there is a rule of reciprocity. The reciprocity principle is one of the basic laws of social psychology. It says that in many why can't I say the word social? That in many social situations, we pay back what we receive from others, which is like the whole point. I feel like that TikTok. Isn't that the whole point? Like that is the whole point of it. It's really concerning every time I get emails now. Ooh, that's an email I didn't want to see. This is also like a short little mini tip that I can't really connect back to anything bigger, but if you enroll in classes and you go to class and there's one class you cannot stand, like you cannot stand, you think it's gonna be the death of you, just switch out of it. Like if you don't need it for your major or your minor or whatever, switch out of it. Like I remember the very first day of econ, I walked into class and I said, oh my God, I hate this. I walked back out and I went home and I told my roommate and I was like, hey, I gotta get the fuck out of there. She laughed at me, but I got out and it was fine. Don't put yourself through unnecessary pain. I just wanted to like throw that in there. Don't do it. Like college can be painful enough already. Don't put yourself through more pain than you need to, you know? All right, tip number 4. I forgot what tip number 4 is. Hold on. Tip number 4, make sure you have at least one friend in every class. And I cannot stress this enough. I lived for study groups. Like that was one of the best ways I was able to learn material. And I think of myself as someone who probably studies well by myself, but it does really help talking out concepts with people. And also they're a really good source of like when you're procrastinating and you're like, hey, have you started that paper? Let me tell you, one of the best feelings is hearing them be like, no, I haven't started. Stuff like that makes you feel better too. I've only been a couple of classes where I actually didn't have friends in it. And I will tell you, those classes were a little bit more challenging just because I didn't have someone to talk it out with. So I definitely think that's a good thing to have. Ow, my back. Ooh, y'all heard my back and arms? Let me tell you, I crack like a glow stick. It's ridiculous. Oh, let's see if I can crack my neck. Okay, ow. Let me tell you, I've been sleeping weird. I don't know what's going on. That like my neck is so screwed up. My neck is like the only thing that doesn't crack, and I really wish it would crack. Like I have a friend, he just cracks his neck, and I am really scared every time he does that because it looks like he's just gonna have his head pop off. I'm not gonna lie. Tip 4.5, don't put your classes back to back to back to back like I did this semester. I had 2 classes and a 3-hour lab back to back to back, and it was absolutely hell. I was starving. It was just not a good time. You're gonna feel dizzy, you're not gonna do your best work, and you're not gonna focus. So please don't do that. Even if you think you can do it, you cannot do it. I thought I could do it. I really thought I could do it, and I could not. I was dying. I would run out of lab with my partner, and we would go straight and get food because I felt like I was gonna die. And also, when you're looking at classes, make sure you can get there in the time like that you have in between, because if you're sprinting from one end of campus to the other, no one's gonna be happy. You're gonna probably be late, and you're gonna be sweaty and just gross. Just like, don't do it. My last tip number 5, it's a little more general. I want to say, trust your instinct, trust your gut. As I think I mentioned earlier in this video, I really struggled with trusting myself and my confidence when I went to college. Like, trust yourself. I really want to emphasize this. Trust your instinct on other people. Like, you did not go through about 18 years of your life and stay alive without trusting your instinct. So if you meet someone and you get some weird vibes off of them, if you think something's off, something is probably off. You can't always chalk it up to like, oh, they're nervous, or like stuff like that. I mean, you can if you want to, but like I would definitely keep it in the back of your head, because things like these red flags, I saw a thing and it was more based off of relationships, but I think this can go for anybody. When you're wearing rose-colored glasses, a red flag just looks like a flag.
Oh wow. Oh my God.
But like, they were right. If you see a flag, whether it's a potential friend or a potential like boyfriend or girlfriend, you don't have to pass judgment right there and then, but like definitely keep it in your head. Make sure you're aware of these things. Like, I mean, if you're wrong, then you're wrong. But it's better to be safe than sorry. So definitely just keep an open mind with people, and I think try to see them for who they really are. Don't try and take this version of them that you made up in your head and pass it off as reality, because a lot of the times it's not. And I am so guilty of this. I am so guilty of this. It's honestly disgusting to look at how much I've put myself through because I've done this. Please don't do it. It's literally not good. Don't do it. But try not to do it. It'll save you a lot of trouble. To recap that mess of a tip, keep an open mind, trust your instinct, trust your gut, trust yourself. I'm trying to condense it down, but these are just some of the big tips that I really would have liked to know before college. If you guys want to see a little bit more of a smaller, lighthearted tip video, which I've got a ton of those just from like going around life, let me know down in the comments. I will gladly do that for you guys. I think that would be really fun. This is more of my serious tip video, but I can definitely do like a funny one, because God knows I've seen some shit. To any class of 24s watching this, I hope you guys enjoy college, have a good time. I hope, for your sake and honestly mine, I hope we're on campus in the fall, because I can't do this much longer. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.